Hello there buddy, we discovered Redstone here, and today I'm back with another Minecraft video, and today's video I'll be showing us how you guys can build yourself your very own rocket farm. And guys, this is a part of a new series which I want to call Franken farms, and this rocket farm will consist of two farms being merged together to form rocket. And the first farm is our sugarcane farm, which will then give us paper, and that's one part of our rocket. And for the second part of our rocket, we need gunpowder, and what produces gunpowder? Creeper. So we have a very fast creeper farm. And now let me explain some of the rates to you guys. Our sugarcane farm over here will produce about 12 stacks of sugarcane per hour, and our gunpowder farm will produce 18 stacks of gunpowder per hour, and together you will get 36 stacks of rockets per hour. And I think that's pretty insane because you will even have 6 stacks of leftover gunpowder per hour, so you can even make TNT with it or whatever you want. And guys, if you guys are building this farm, make sure to follow what I tell you guys quite carefully, as if you misplace something, both these farms will not work. And guys, for this farm to work, make sure that you have your simulation distance set to 4 chunks. And to check that, you can press escape, go into settings, and if you scroll down a bit, you should see your simulation distance. Mine is set to 4 chunks, and make sure that yours is as well. You cannot change this in game, but you can go back to the main menu and press the little pen tool and then change your simulation distance. So guys, this farm works on all Minecraft Bedrock platforms, including mcpe, PS4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and Windows 10 editions of Minecraft, and on any other device that you might be playing on, such as a phone, tablet, iPad, or anything. And guys, without wasting any more time, let's get into the build. So guys, the first thing that you're going to want to do is find yourself a spot in the ocean which is a minimum of 128 blocks away from any other land. So I chose this one, and now what you're going to want to do is go up by 100 blocks. And the average sea level in Minecraft is 63 blocks, so you're going to want to go roughly to about 170 blocks in the air, like this one over here. And now what you're going to want to do is first of all start off by making a 6x6 platform out of any solid blocks of your choice. Afterwards, choose 2 sides next to each other like these two, and you're going to want to skip the 2 blocks in the middle and then place a block right here and leave an empty block on either side, and repeat that on the other side right here. And then you can place in temporary blocks right here and then place in your double chest, and then you're going to want to put 3 hoppers going into our chest like this, and then you're going to want to put 2 more on the side of those 3 hoppers going in. And then you can stand in the center of our 4 hoppers and then choose either the left side or the right side. I chose the left one, so I placed a block right here, and then left again, and then left again. But if you guys choose the right side, you can place one here, and here, but I recommend choosing the left one and just place it right here. Now grab your pistons and then place them facing inwards on either block, and now you're going to want to place your observers like this, forming a loop with the pistons around it so that the redstone signal will travel like this. Now you can grab a lever and place it right here. That's the on-off switch for our trident killer. Now you're going to want to bring these walls up by 20 blocks, and now you're going to add 1 layer of solid blocks up here. And guys, you can use hollow blocks for this, but I recommend using glass blocks as you guys can see through them. And now what you guys are going to want to do is choose the left side again for either one of these sides, and then go out by 7 extra blocks right here, including this one over here. That should be 8 blocks, and do that for all the sides, and then connect it up like this. And now you're going to want to fill in each one of these squares. And now for the next part, this is actually very important, guys. What you guys are going to want to do is go out diagonally by 1 block right here, and then go out by 5. And now you're going to want to fill in the entire area by making each one as wide as it's supposed to be. And once you guys are done with the platform, you're going to want to make the wall. To make the wall, you're going to want to go out by 1 block diagonally from our platform right here, and then make a 2 block high wall going all the way around, and top it off with a layer of leaf like this to prevent any creepers from spawning in here. And then you're also going to want to place in any temporary block of your choice in each corner of our platform. And then you're going to want to place a bucket of water on top. Skip these 2 blocks, make sure that you do this, if not the entire thing will flood. So skip this block over here and this one, and then just fill up all the other blocks like this, making sure to skip it again. And if you guys are in creative, you can place 2 buckets, pick out the center one, and repeat it like so. And if you guys did everything correctly, it should look a little like this with no water overflowing, and should perfectly come until the edge. Now you guys are going to want to grab your blue eyes. Guys, this does not have to be blue eye. It can be any block of your choice, but I recommend using any sort of ice. But if you guys want this farm to be the most efficient as possible, I recommend using blue ice. But if you guys don't have the resources for that, you guys can use normal ice. But if you don't even have normal ice, you guys can use any solid block of your choice. So here's my order of recommendation. If you want the most efficient one, I recommend blue ice, but for most people I recommend using normal ice. But for people who don't have any ice biomes nearby or don't want to get ice, you guys can just use normal cobblestone, but that will significantly slow down our farm. And now for the next step, you're going to want to go to any corner of our farm, grab your block, make an upside down L shape like this, go up by one and get rid of our temporary blocks right here. And now you're going to want to go all the way to the edge like this, making sure to leave a 1 block gap. And then now you're going to want to place a block right here for every other block. So once you've gone all the way around with your ice platform's edge, it should be 1 block away from the wall like this, all the way around. And you're going to want to make a checkered pattern by placing a full row of blocks and then placing a block skipping, placing skipping, placing skipping, and then another full row, and then placing skipping, and another full row. And you're going to want to repeat that until you reach the edge right here. And once you've done that, you're going to want to grab your buttons and then place them, skip them, place, skip, place, skip, place, skip. And you're only going to want to do that for the full row of blocks. But for the ones with the holes, you're not going to want to place any blocks at all. And then once you see another row filled with blocks, you're going to want to place another layer of buttons, so it should look a little like this. And then you're also going to want to place in a trap door and then open it in between each hole. And if you guys did everything correctly, you should end up with 12 holes on each line. And once you guys are done, you're going to want to place in a trap door on top of each open block. So basically you're going to want to place it on top of every single block that does not have a button on it. So this block has a button, so it doesn't have a trap door, and this one has no buttons, so we'll put a trap door right here. And you're also not going to want to put any trap door where there's already the hole. So yeah, you're going to want to repeat that, so you should end up with a pattern that should be opposite to where our buttons are located. And now you guys are going to want to repeat this 6 times, as I find 6 layers to be the most efficient, but you guys can always add some more, as the more you add, the more creepers you'll get, but after a point it won't be as worth it. And this is how much I think will still produce a decent amount and not take way too many resources. And I'll show you guys how it looks like once you're done with that. And so now that you guys are done with how many layers you like, what you guys are going to want to do is build the roof. And this roof is quite specific, guys, and this is because if you guys don't know, there's actually 2 different types of mob spawns that can happen in Minecraft, one being surface mobs and the second being cave mobs. And the cave mobs are the ones that spawn underground or with a block on top of them, and the other ones basically spawn on land. And so that we can get both of them, you guys are going to want to make this in a specific way. So first you're going to want to place a temporary block right there and go out by 1, and then basically in total you're going to want to go out by 7 blocks. And guys, you're going to want to do this part with full blocks, and you're going to want to repeat this on all 4 sides and fill it in. And once you guys have filled it in with solid block, and you're going to want to go on top of that and place another layer of slab. You're going to want to make sure that you guys use slab, because that is the only way you guys can force both types of mob spawn to our farm. And as you guys can see, we already have a bunch of creepers in the farm. And now for the final step, all you have to do is break a couple of these blocks right here and then throw in our tridents. You guys do not need to use multiple tridents, I just use multiple because I'm in creative. And then all you have to do is hold a looting 3 sword to get the maximum amount of loot and just turn on our machine like this. And if you guys use looting 3, you should be able to get a lot more loot. And as you guys can see, just from the couple seconds that it was on, we already got 11 gunpowder, and I think that's pretty good. So that is the gunpowder section of our farm complete. Now I'll show you guys how you guys can build the second part. So to start off the sugarcane farm, you're going to want to go to the other side of our creeper farm right here, and then you're going to want to place in a temporary block right here by going out from here. And then you're going to want to place 3 hoppers in an upside down L formation like this, where this hopper is going into our chest, and this one is also going to the chest, and another one is going to the side of the other hopper. So now that you guys are done with our hoppers, you're going to want to place in a grass block or a dirt block next to each hopper like this, and then a dispenser facing our dirt block right here. And then behind each dispenser, you're going to want to place in 2 hoppers feeding into it like so. And then in the central 2 hoppers, one of them should be going into the right hopper and the other one should be going to the left one like this. And then you're going to want to add 2 more on the other side for each one like this. So each dispenser should end up with 5 hoppers going into it. And now what you guys are going to want to do is go to the other side and place 2 temporary blocks like this, and then on top of it place a piston, a normal one, and then you're going to want to place in 2 observers going into each other in between our dispensers. And you can do that by crouching and then placing 2 of them like this, breaking the first one, going right here, and then placing another one going into it like that. And then for an on-off switch, you can place a lever right here for both pistons, and if you guys unflick it, as you guys can see, both of them will move like that, but you guys can always just flick it to turn off the farm. And then you're going to want to make an L shape like this and then place in a dot of redstone right here and repeat that for both sides as well. So now Now what you guys are going to want to do is come to the back row of our hoppers, place in a composter on each one, and then another layer of hoppers going into each composter, and then a 2-layer thick, and then you're going to want to place in a 2-block high layer of glass pane on top of our hoppers, and then to finish it off you're going to want to add a layer of normal glass. Now what you guys are going to want to do is come to the back row of our hoppers, place in a composter on each one, and then another layer of hoppers going into each composter, and then you're going to want to place in a 2-block high layer of glass pane on top of our hoppers, and then to finish it off you're going to want to add a layer of normal glass. Now what you guys are going to want to do is go to the left side of our farm right here, and then go to our redstone dot, and then including that go out by 3 blocks right here, and then another 3, go up by 1 and form a T shape like this, knock out the center, place in a redstone repeater, and then a torch, and then a line of redstone right here, and then a lever. And you can make sure that you guys did it correct by making sure that the lever is at the same height as our composter. And then now what you guys are going to want to do is go to the line of redstone that we have behind here, and then place a temporary block right here, and then go up by 1 and then place in a solid block, and then continue out our redstone line, and then place in a row of sticky pistons on our blocks like that. And then you're going to want to go to the redstone torch area right here, and then place in solid blocks right here. And the reason you're going to want to do this is because we're going to have to put sand all the way here, and if we don't have this block here our sand will fall down. And remember, the sand has to be on the face of each piston. And then you're going to want to place in 2 more sand on top of the extended hand of each piston. And guys, make sure to not put anything in here, because if you guys do so the blocks will not 0 tick and it will not work. And once you guys are done placing the 2 blocks of sand, you're going to want to fill in all the way around right here. I placed in blocks right here, on the side, on the back, and on this side as well right here. And then you guys can make a 3x4 on the final block next to our sand right here of glass, going like this, so 4x3. And then now on the other side of our glass panes you're going to want to place in a row of solid block at a diagonal to our sand blocks right here, and then a row of normal pistons, and then another row of solid blocks. So now you're going to want to place your upside down stairs right here, and then you're going to want to skip a block and then place in a solid block right here. And for all the other blocks you guys can go ahead and then place in trapdoors. So now you guys are going to want to place in a sign on either wall right here, 1 block away from our piston, and then on the glass panes on the top row as well. Now you guys are going to want to waterlog each one of our stairs. Now you can go ahead and place in your kelp. Now you're going to want to run a line of redstone all the way across our blocks right here, which are on top of our pistons. Now you're going to want to grab your 4 repeaters, place them in a circle like this, set them all to 1 tick, and then connect them up with redstone. Now for the final step, all you have to do is give it a quick flick and our piston should be activated. Now to use this farm, all you have to do is turn on our machine, and as you guys can see we are getting a bunch of kelp. And all that kelp will be going into our composters and give us bone meal. And now just a couple more simple steps. You're going to want to waterlog each one of these hoppers down here, and then you might need to place a block under them and on this side like this to prevent the water from making a huge mess. Now you're just going to want to come down here and cover this entire area up with glass to make sure that all the sugarcane will just go into our hoppers. And you're also going to want to place glass right here and above here and all the way across the top like that, and in here as well. Make sure to place glass blocks right here and here. And once you've done that, you can just break them for now, place in your sugarcane, and then cover it back up. And finally you can turn on the machine, and as you guys can see we're already getting a whole bunch of sugarcane. And now for the final step, all you have to do is break a couple blocks right here and place in your crafting tables. You do not need to do this, but I just like to do this because I think it looks good and it ties both builds together. And this is a rocket farm. To use it, all you have to do is collect your sugarcane from here, go into our crafting tables, make a line of sugarcane, grab our paper, go in here, get our gunpowder, and now all you have to do is put paper and gunpowder next to each other, and just from that we already got a stack of fireworks. And guys, a quick heads up, this farm seems to work way better at nighttime, and that might have something to do with Minecraft mob spawning. And guys, make sure when you're AFKing in here to hold your looting 3 sword. And yeah, all you have to do is AFK down here and you should get everything that you need to make firework. And one more thing guys, make sure you set your simulation distance for chunks. So hey guys, that's actually pretty much it. If you guys enjoy straightforward content for both Minecraft Bedrock and Java Edition, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, as it does help our channel. Also, it does mean a lot to me. So hey guys, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next one. Peace.